Oh hey, I didn't see you come in there. Welcome back to another video. So I thought, since I've been doing a lot of shopping lately, I would do a roundup of some pickups that I've gotten, I think since Christmas, around there. Um, yeah, these are all video games and CDs that I've picked up in the last month and a half. Yeah, I've just been running around to random stores, random record stores. My girlfriend likes to shop, so sometimes I like to go to stores that I like to go to. So I'll stop into some record stores and some video games, some pawn shops, whatever, and just see what I can fucking find. I was hoping to find some video game magazines, but not too lucky there. Just strategy guides, but I didn't bother picking them up. But so, anyways, here's some shit. I'll start off with the video games first, and then I'll get to the CDs. Yeah, CD collecting still rather cheap. I can, and it's still pretty fun to find because you actually can find some shit you're not expecting. But anyways, I'll get into the video games here. So for N64, I finally got a copy of Banjo-Kazooie. Yeah, I paid 40 bucks Canadian for it. That's about what it's worth. I haven't really played much of it before. I've watched other people play it and shit, but I never played it when I was young. These collectathon 3D adventure games, whatever. I don't know. I might like it. It's made by Rare. I'll give it a chance. Maybe I'll stream that one day. These games, well, I've already played this game live. It's, of course, the Angry Video Game Nerd Deluxe, Volume 1 and 2. This game does have a reversible cover to it. That's the original cover. Probably seen that one before advertised. But yeah, on the other side, you get this, so I thought that was much better. I changed that around. Overall, I thought the game was pretty decent for what it is. It's not like it's a AAA title or anything, but not bad for a little platformer. Axiom Verge 2 I picked up. Just the original version. This was brought out by Limited Run, which is weird because the first Axiom Verge did get a retail release. I got my last one from GameStop. This one only came through Limited Run, so I found it at the game store. It comes with like a little manual and everything. There's collector's editions for it too, some really expensive ones, but I don't have the space for all these big elaborate collector edition setups. It's insane what they bring out. So this whole like setup of like it's lit up and it's, oh man, they got this huge charade going on with these collector's editions. Who the fuck's paying for them and who's putting these things on display? Like, I don't know. I'm just fine getting the original game. Doesn't take up any space, and I got the physical copy. So I've only played a couple hours of this so far, a few hours, and I'm actually really enjoying it. I'm enjoying it more than the first one. This one's got more of an outdoor atmosphere, and they actually introduced some things that I've never seen in a Metroidvania before. So I'm actually finding this to be better than I thought. So yeah, Axiom Verge 2. So far, yeah, I recommend it. Here's one that I've talked about on stream a little bit. I haven't played it yet. I can't decide whether I want to play this on stream or just pop it in on my own, but this is Crisis Wing. This is a cheap indie game that you can just get on the eShop. But I wanted to give this one a try because it looks just like Truxton. They've even got like the skull bombs and everything too. So looks like it is inspired by Truxton, aka Tatsujin. Yeah, this is Crisis Wing, and on the outside they give you a nice little card and some inside artwork. Yeah, it got pretty good reviews for what it is. It doesn't look bad, so I wanted to add this to my physical shmup collection on the Switch. All right, here's something I picked up recently. Here it is. Someone was asking me if I had this game. Here is the TMNT for the Game Boy Advance. I heard this game's really good. and I keep passing on it. I could never find this game, but now I finally did. I know it's not even that rare, but every time I'm looking through Game Boy Advance, I never see it, and finally, there it is. I think this is a beat 'em up too, a proper one, a 2D beat 'em up, I think. So yeah, I think this is one of the better TMNT games that came out at the time because, well, I also picked up for the GameCube, which is weird because I don't collect for the GameCube anymore. I have one game, Capcom vs. SNK, and a few years ago, not too long ago, maybe like 5 years ago, I sold off like a lot of my GameCube games. Now, I don't really miss them, but I do miss Smash Brothers Melee a little bit. That's good to play, but now I can just kind of play them on emulator. The reason why I picked these two up is because, mostly because of this game, the second one, Battle Nexus. The reason being is because when you get to level 9, you can unlock, I don't know if you can see that, if that's going to zoom in, but you can unlock the original arcade game, which I think is pretty fucking cool. I've been looking for this GameCube game for a while, and could never seem to find it. But when they had the second and the first one there, I decided just to pick up the first one as well. Why not? Why not collect all the Ninja Turtle games? I got all the ones on the NES. I got the Sega Genesis one complete in box. I don't have Turtles in Time anymore. I don't collect for Super Nintendo anymore, but yeah, why not get all the Genesis games or get all the Turtles games that I can play for the fuck of it. I think there's another Turtles game on the Game Boy Advance. Isn't there I think there's a sequel to this. I'm pretty sure, so I'll have to keep a lookout on that for that. Or just order it on eBay, I don't know. I think there is another Turtles game on the Game Boy Advance. So yeah, anyways. And plus I also have the Cowabunga collection. So I do have Turtles in Time on that. But yeah, I got a lot of Turtles games now. Now, I know these games aren't very good. In fact, even when they came out, they got pretty poor ratings. But, I mean, they're playable. I think it's just still a mindless beat 'em up. If I'm struggling with this game, I think there's cheat codes to get me through it, but it shouldn't be too difficult. I don't know. I'll just, if the game really sucks, I'll try and just power through it so I can unlock the arcade game and see how that plays. Let me know if you want me to stream it. I know you guys love watching me get frustrated at shitty games or just games that I suck at or games that I just don't like. I don't know. How bad can they be? They got to be at least playable. So I'll power my way through this one first, and then I'll see about playing the first one. But that's cool. It adds to my Turtles collection. I got a lot of Turtles games now, so that's all good. And I'm looking forward to playing the Game Boy Advance one. I heard this one's good. That's it for games. Well, retro games are just so expensive. It's not like I can really rack up on a whole shitload of them. Oh, that's right. I also picked up Kirby's Nightmare in Dreamland. I didn't pull that one out. I did play that one live on my live stream channel. It's archived over on my Rumble channel, Darius Truxton over on Rumble. Yeah, I also picked up Kirby and Nightmare in Dreamland, which I played through and beat already. And yeah, I don't think I'm missing anything, but yeah, that is one that I forgot to grab. So anyways, on to the CDs. I guess I'll start with the ones I got recently here. So I went into this one record store that we went by, and it was really, really small. There wasn't a whole lot in there, in a very small CD collection. I don't collect vinyl. I don't have a record player. Those take up a little bit of space as well. So, and I'm not going to be blasting a record player, in my apartment and stuff like that. I don't really blast music in my apartment, so this is mostly just stuff to put on my phone And another reason why I like to collect CDs is because I like the artwork. You know, I just miss the days of collecting music physically, looking at the artwork, looking at who produced each track or whatever, you know. Sometimes there's lyrics. Not really with, well, rap CDs, that's pretty much what I'm trying to collect. And rap CDs are pretty scarce. Even though they're sold for a rather cheap price, they're usually all these record stores that I'm going into just has a small selection. And some of them don't even have like a hip hop section. They just throw all the CDs alphabetically and you just gotta browse through them. But the good stores do have a hip hop section, and there's some of them. Some of the stores have some good shit in it, but this store was just really small. They just had just a few stacks of CDs, but I was able to find. I'll start off with a banger first. 2 Foxy Brown albums. Fuck, she was smoking hot back in the day. I like Foxy Brown. I can take her a little more seriously than Little Kim. And she's got good features. You got Method Man and Jay-Z and shit like that. And I like when Foxy Brown is featured in some tracks. I've never heard her albums before, but for fucking $3 Canadian, why the fuck not, you know? Fuck it. I picked up a couple Foxy Brown albums. Didn't have to buy them, but I want to, when I'm sitting there browsing through their CDs, I at least want to buy something when I'm in there. I don't know. And then this album here was Sealed. And this is a rap group I used to listen to in the early 2000s called Trillville. And this came out in 2011. This one's called 3 the Hard Way. And it doesn't look like Lil Jon's producing them anymore. I don't know. They're from Atlanta. They're called Trillville. The album's called 3 the Hard Way. Just came out in 2011. $3 and it's sealed. Alright, whatever. Alright, so here's another good stack of CDs here. So I brought this CD brand new. This was factory sealed. There's 50 Cent's fucking Get Rich or Die Trying. One of the best rap albums, I would say. This is a start to finish, play all the way through album. Everyone's heard this one before. 50 Cent's debut album, Get Rich or Die Trying. I picked this one up not thinking straight. Just browsing through the albums and I see this one. Oh, The Blueprint. Oh, that's a classic. Not knowing that this is The Blueprint 2. Not the original one, which I'm dumb. Because I know what Jay-Z's Blueprint album looks like. He's sitting on a bench. It's like a bird's eye view. And he's smoking on a cigar. I know the cover of it. And for some reason I thought this was The Blueprint. Stupid. No, it's The Blueprint 2. I've never heard this album, but I heard it's meh. I don't know. But anyways, Jay-Z album. Oh, this one I was probably excited for the most. I found Method Man's Judgment Day to Cal 2000. Hell yeah. I love this album. I was actually listening to this today. Yeah, I would say listen to this album start to finish. It's Method Man's best album by far. And it's got the fucking notorious freaky ass fucking cover of it. I hope YouTube picks up that thumbnail. I remember when I bought this album, I got driven to the mall and I picked this album up because I loved the Judgment Day song. This the last song on the album, Judgment Day. And I remember fucking opening it up in the car. It was dark. It was at night. And then I open it up. I'm like, it freaked me out. What the fuck is that? As soon as I opened it up, it was like sort of dark too, with a little bit of light. Like, whoa, holy shit. Looks freaky in that photo. But yeah, I love fucking Judgment Day. Method Man's best album. I remember when these came out, The Source brought out hip hop hits. This one's volume 5. I think back in the day I had volume 2 or something. But yeah, it's got alright. It's got Trick Daddy, I'm a Thug on it. I love that song. You know, it's got Ludacris and Nate Dogg area codes. You know, it's got some... It's got some pretty out of nowhere hits on this one. It's okay. Yeah, the source is Hip Hop Hits, Volume 5. Here's one that I took a chance on. I'm a big fan of the movie. This is the Tales from the Hood soundtrack. It was only $5. Love the movie, but I don't know any of the songs on here. But when I looked at it, there's like Wu-Tang on here, Old Dirty Bastard, Gravediggers. I thought I'd check this out. I don't even think I've heard some of these songs before, and no wonder all the songs on here are not very good. They all kind of sound the same, and yeah, it's not a very good album soundtrack. Only 12 tracks. But whatever. I haven't even looked at the artwork yet on this, so I'll take it out. The CD looks very basic. Tales from the Hood. Yeah, not a great soundtrack, but whatever. $5. Thought I'd give it a chance. Hold on, I'll get to that last, I guess. Here's 50 Cent's third album, Curtis. I like this album. I thought this album was better than his second album, The Massacre, which I'm going to have to find. Yeah, it's not bad, though. I thought this album was pretty good. It's got some pretty good beats on it. Yeah, 50 Cent's Curtis. Curtis! Let's go with this one. So, why not? It was $5. Here it is. I know. Shame on me. Puff Daddy's No Way Out. Alright, this is the only Puff Daddy album I ever plan to own. I know Puff Daddy's a piece of shit, and he treats his the artists on his label really fucking bad. But I like No Way Out. It's got some good fucking tracks on there. It's got Mace on there. You know, Puff Daddy's No Way Out. It's a classic. Only $5 too. Here it is. When I was browsing through one of the stores, they had a ton of CDs, but they weren't categorized. So there was no hip-hop section, so I'm just browsing endless amount of fucking CDs, and then boom, I found Eminem's The Marshall Mathers LP. My favorite Eminem album. This is his second album. This is the one with Stan and Kill You. Oh yeah, Remember Me is probably my favorite Eminem song. Yeah, I would say Remember Me is my favorite Eminem song. Yeah, this album's fucking awesome. I'm not a huge Eminem fan. I only like his first two albums, but yeah, this one for sure is good to have in the collection. And then, oh, I was so happy to find this. I guess the CD is pretty goddamn common. It was pretty mainstream back in the day, but Busta Rhymes, one of my all-time favorite rappers. One of my all-time favorite albums for $5. Busta Rhymes, When Disaster Strikes. Oh yeah, this is a really good one too. Basically, it's a start-to-finish album, except for the skits you can skip over, but I love Disaster Strikes. This is definitely Busta Rhymes' greatest album. And in good condition too. $5. Boom. And then I got his fourth album, Anarchy. I like this one too. I would say this could be my second favorite Busta Rhymes album. So I got his first album, I got his second and his fourth. I'm going to have to find his third album, ELE. I'll have to look out for that one. But there's a ton of Busta Rhymes albums that came out after that. Too many, actually, but his early days were pretty good. Alright, so that's all my fucking pickups. I'll probably be... I don't know if I'm going to be live streaming tonight or not. But for sure, tomorrow I'm not doing much. I think in the afternoon I'm for sure not doing anything. And then there's nothing really much going on for me on the Super Bowl. Not very many people are excited this year for this year's Super Bowl. I think just because the Kansas City Chiefs are in it again, and it's killing people's enthusiasm. So I might be just chilling in, watching the game. So I might do a live stream early, and it might even go into the Super Bowl. So we'll see. I might do a long live stream tomorrow. We'll see. Stay tuned on my live stream channel, Darius Truxton, live once again. And yeah, I'll also be playing some games too. Just let me guys know what you think about, especially the games. You probably don't give a fuck about the CDs, but you want me to play these fucking Turtles games and see if I can power through them. I really want to unlock that Ninja Turtles arcade mode to have on my GameCube. So anyways, you guys all have an amico day, and I'll see you guys over on my live stream channel. Peace.